One of the main ideas behind Lion King is, it's often called a puppet show, but it's not a puppet show at all. It's a show with puppets. And by that I mean, you have the puppet there, but you never obscure the puppeteer. So he's very much on display. We're not going to take away the actor's best tool, which is his face and his voice. We're going to have that on display as well as the puppet at the same time, something we call the dual event. So you have that animal and you have the human, and we can play with that by, like I said, obscuring his face sometimes. Sometimes you can actually even take away the puppet and just be a human for a minute. We have 8 different styles of puppetry in The Lion King. It's body puppets, shadow puppets, obviously masks, hand puppets. For these masks, they're actually made of carbon fiber. Beside Mufasa, we have Simba here. And what we do with this mask is, take you behind the curtain, we actually make a mold out of plastic, out of the person who's going to wear this. So that's an exact replica of their head. And because he has to do somersaults in this, it has to fit exactly. Over here we have Nala. Nala, again, we make a plastic mold of her head, so it fits exactly, and a little elastic there. And Zazu. Zazu is the only hand puppet in the show, and he's very expressive. So he can talk. He has a little trigger for his mouth, another one for his eyes up and down. His neck is actually made of a slinky, so he's very, very flexible. And then, of course, he can fly. He takes 4 weeks, to get him in the show, but really 6 months before he masters all the little controls, because back here, you can't actually see what Zazu is doing. So you have to know just by your muscle memory when his eyes are closed and how closed they are and when they're open and all of that stuff. So he's a very difficult puppet to master. And then we have Scar, who's kind of our villain, has this mask on top of Spencer Plaichy's head. His face would be there, and he has the ability with this little control in his hand to take that mask and quite literally put it in front of his face, kind of become that lion, and it's all under his control.